Welcome to Year Endless. I am your host, William Ginsberg, joined by my co host, Courtney Chappell. On Year Endless, we delve into musical and personal history by diving into best of lists from print and online publications through the years. And today we continue our journey through Blender Magazine's 100 Greatest Indie Rock Albums of All Time. Last time we only made it through the first 10. So we have plenty of awesome music and sometimes potentially bad music. Kind of starting back at number 89 is the album Bang Bang Rock and Roll by the band Art Brut.
Yes.
Is that a band that you've heard of, Courtney?
Nope. I mean, I've heard of them, I think. I definitely know the movement, Art Brut, art major, and someone who's been to art school. But the band, yeah, not so much.
It's a band that I might have read on, I think, but never until now listened to. It doesn't feel like a band that's talked about as much
No.
these days, but I did like it, like quite a bit. I do have the most important question of the day. How do you feel about speak singing?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with speak. I know that it can be, I know it's a controversial topic, but I'm okay with, some sun, kill, moon and what have you. You can just talk, you can do your little spoken word poems all day long, and I'm okay with it. How do you feel?
I think it depends on the band, but I think as a technique, it can be really fun.
Yeah.
There's a Wikipedia page about it under the German phrase for it. Because it looks like it started in romantic German operas, musical dramas.
Whoa, okay.
Or at least, like, I mean, it's not the same exact form as it became for like post-punk.
Yeah.
I mean, because it became really common in like more current day UK post-punk.
Mm-hmm.
Bands like Black Country, New Road, and Fontaines DC.
And we are just talking about like that tendency to just kind of talk over the song.
In this case, talking over like punk or post-punk instrumentations. As the little blurb that they for this album, Eddie Argos is indie rock's finest stand-up comic. While his bandmates chung along punkishly, he reels off fantastic one-liners.
It lends itself to comedy in a way. And we talked a little bit last week about Jello Biafra's spoken word, his penchant for like commentary and storytelling. And although he's not doing that in his music, there's something about a British person talking.
Yeah. I think it works well within British vocalists. Sounds that can sound really good. I mean, it can also be if you hear too many. I mean, sometimes I feel some of these bands I like an individual song maybe. Right. Sometimes over a full album might be too much.
Would you like to?
Yeah. Do we want to?
Yeah, let's do it. A little example.
Yeah.
Is there any song in particular that you know of?
I mean, they list the song Formed a Band. Pull it up to see which play. The title track, Bang Bang Rock and Roll.
Here it is, Bang Bang Rock and Roll.
And I'm just now, it's a band, the fall will come up, and it is, as I know, maybe their descendants more than like that their discography has just been so overwhelming.
It is an overwhelming.
So I think I actually heard my first fall song yesterday after listening to one of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the strange and wonderful world of fall.
I mean, there's so many albums.
I know a lot about.
So yeah, I guess that entry when it comes up, I think on this list it's like a compilation maybe of their songs and not an individual album. But
yeah, that's very common.
When we get to them, I guess we'll give you the floor.
Yes, please do. I'm so proud that I know something about something. It's one of the obsessions.
One of the 10 bands.
Mm-hmm. One of the 10. Yes.
The next artist on this list is One of One, Daniel Johnson, and his album Yip Jump Music from 1983.
Yeah.
So
I'm a big fan. I saw the documentary years ago, but you've just watched it.
Yeah, I did just watch it. His life is absolutely just wild.
It is.
Just the amount of adventure is not the right word, but the amount of situations and like events in his life in his time on Earth is just, it's crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but I mean,
Right.
It's pretty just the way, I mean, his bedroom music, I
Yes.
mean,
Changed
came
the
out
world.
into the, yeah.
There's
I mean,
songs.
he
There's. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say there are many songs that I cannot listen to without crying. Story of an Artist, Love Will Find You in the End. These are songs that cannot play in the podcast because I will always cry because they really speak to the human experience, the pain, the longing for connection, alienation, just all the themes. It's deep stuff. And he's a person who has struggled very much. I think he and Rocky Erickson are often connected. I think their documentaries came out around the same time. Very different artists. I don't know. It's just kind of, we're talking about art brut, which is, that means raw art. And it's art of people who are considered outsiders, in some way. I kind of wanted to look up art brut. It's like it really refers to people who are creating outside the establishment of the art world, which that's kind of by definition what we're talking about here, right? With indie rock and Daniel Johnston being just one of the premier example of an indie artist who's outside of the establishment. And then, I mean, I think he really, another person, this is like Kurt Cobain wore a t-shirt, a Daniel Johnston t-shirt. And that's when my friends started to notice him growing up.
Mm-hmm. In the documentary, they talk about the impact of that.
Oh, right.
Some of the biggest elements of career came while he was in a mental hospital.
That's right. Institution.
Yeah. He recorded a lot of these albums in his house, in his bedroom, and it sounded like nothing else. I mean, people didn't know how to take it because it's just so there's no pretending to it. It's just completely honest. He passed away, I think, more than a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I just realized that it was like right before the pandemic.
In the documentary, there's a couple different times where, I mean, if he had died then, it wouldn't have been surprising. He crashed the plane that his father was flying after one of the biggest performances of his career.
Right. He just
grabbed at South by Southwest, the early beginnings of that.
Yep.
Listening to, there's some of these songs are just so amazing.
And he was a visual artist as well. You should mention.
Yeah, that's in some ways some of his art is famous or more famous than his music.
Yeah, just a true artist, channeling constantly, just a string of creativity, and there's some pretty interesting interviews that came out after the documentary that are worth watching and or listening to.
Mm-hmm. It definitely made me even more interested in listening to his music, getting into the headspace, the truth of his music, and of the beauty of it. You want to read the blurb?
The blurb, yes. This mentally ill Texan's homemade tapes, championed by the likes of Bowie, Beck, and Matt Groening, are so lo-fi they make Guided by Voices sound like Jefferson Starship. All right, I don't know about this blurb.
A little bit too, not snarky, but too...
A little snarky, yeah, mentally ill.
Yeah.
He's more than a mentally ill Texan.
His illness definitely, can you remove that from his story and from the music? I mean,
perhaps not, or perhaps.
But it's not the first thing you want to say. It's like
altogether. But I think even with it, just mentally ill Texan, something about those three words. Just we're going to critique the list and critique the we'll get nitty gritty. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. We have overly to handle this whole subject with kid gloves, but I somehow feel
I feel that they could have. It's the point where the list definitely feels its age.
Yeah, and don't invoke Jefferson Starship. It's not just about it being lo-fi. It's what he did with the lo-fi-ness of it.
We can move on.
Okay.
Number 87 is the album Apologies to the Queen Mary by the band Wolf Parade.
Who is Wolf Parade? All my life been hearing about them. Who is it?
It's a Canadian band. I believe they're from Western Canada. I think they're from Vancouver. Okay, they formed in Montreal, but where are they actually?
They're on Sub Pop, by the way. And you know the label.
Okay, yeah, he was two singers. One of them, was from British Columbia, but yeah, they formed in Montreal. While listening to this, listened to it before. I believe I got it on as a used CD years ago, and while listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this reminds me so much of Modest Mouse." And then looking at the Wikipedia page and seeing that it was produced by Isaac Brock, the singer and like the mastermind of like Modest Mouse. It is a type. I was thinking it's a type of indie rock that is not the like mainstream of indie rock anymore. I don't know. I don't think any band that sounded like them today I don't think would be.
Considered.
I don't think they'd be considered indie. I think they'd be considered a punk band or like an emo band. Like it's like
Oh.
I feel like it's even though it is indie rock, and even though it fits this
I know it's on Sub Pop.
it's on Sub Pop and it is really good. If there is someone, I'd be happy to listen to it. Okay, so I think we should definitely play a song from it.
I do too. Because I will.
So my favorite, and it looks like it's also the popular favorite, seeing it has the most plays, is the song "I'll Believe in Anything" from this album. Because yeah, this was their debut album too, which
Yeah. So they came out in 2005. See, I get them confused
yeah.
with Wolf Eyes, not to be confused.
Okay, so there's another Wolf band called I believe it's Wolf Mother, and that's the band that I confuse it with.
Oh,
They're nothing alike. I believe Wolf. I think that's like a hard rock revival kind of like deal from like Australia, I believe.
the 2000s
And
are a time of wolves and deers.
yeah, because there's Deer Hoof and there's Deer
Oh,
Hunter,
yes.
which I don't know if Deer Hoof is on the list, but I think they should be if they're not. And if this list was made a couple years later, Deer Hunter would definitely be on it.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking as this is going along, going through this, like, what would be on this list if it
What would
was?
be, we should do an addendum of what would be on it now.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say what would be removed, but I think what would be on it would be more.
And I'll have nothing to contribute because again, don't know.
I mean, yeah,
But I'd love to hear your thoughts.
yeah. I think as we get, whenever it comes to the end of this,
Yes, you can take it
um,
away. Okay, I'm going to play I'll Believe in Anything from 2005. I love this. And I had a demo tape, a weird bootleg demo tape from this guy. And I was obsessed with it. And I liked it better than the album I heard. I know who this is. I know this band. Okay.
okay, you now do,
I do know this band.
yeah.
I had this amazing, just really lo-fi. Somebody had acquired a bootleg of his demos. Somebody in traveling through Asheville or something. It was like this coveted thing, and I had it, and I listened to it constantly, and it was so beautiful. And that's Wolf Parade. Okay.
We can mention some names of the from band members: Spencer Krug and Dan Pokner. One of them is, I believe, a fellow podcast.
Oh.
I do like it a lot.
Wolf Eyes is noise music, and then Wolf Parade, right? Is
yeah, and then Wolf Mother is like
heavier.
trying to sound like like 70s hard rock.
Right.
Going to number 86 is the band Flipper with an album that has like 4 different ways to call it. The one on this list version is album generic Flipper. I listened to it. This is not a band I'd listened to before, and I don't really like it very much. There are parts that rock in the way that I like for a hardcore band. It's too slow.
Oh, I don't like slow. You don't like a slow.
It feels like it's all breakdown, which I mean that's an important part in some for hardcore punk is to have it slows down for like 20-30 seconds and you get a chance, if you're there live, you can like it's a great time to be like moshing or in a circle pit or whatever. I think it is too slow for me.
Right. Is it sludgy? Is it like a
I guess it's starting maybe the beginning of sludge a little bit. Yeah, because the blurb is the slowest, heaviest hardcore punk band.
Huh.
Will Shatter's dogmatic optimism turned stage dives into trust falls.
I love that description.
Yeah, it looks like they're from San Francisco, which fits. I mean, that was the scene that produced the Kennedys. And then later on produced a completely different sounding band in Green Day. On the YouTube Music, it refers to him as a noise band. I think that would also be a better description. I mean, this is from 1982, which is quite early. There's occasional moments of the album that I enjoyed, and I mean, maybe over time, if I choose to listen to it again, I might like it more. But yeah, it's a little too slow for me. Yeah, so number 85 brings us back to New Zealand with the band The Clean, a compilation anthology. Is their music is from the 80s and 90s, but this compilation was in 2003, which brought together a lot of like out of print, like early releases into one collection. It's like a 2-disc collection of all like a ton of their music.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of them.
One I had not really been familiar with. I mean,
they have a catalog here.
Yeah.
Long time, and I'm very
the beloved for it is this 2-disc set spans the bright-eyed bashes of their teenage years, their 80s breakneck jams, and their 90s psychedelia.
They sound good. I like a 90s psychedelia thing.
Start more like on the punk side, the more catchy melodic side, like the Buzzcocks kind of side of things, and then into more like post-punk. I don't know. We should definitely play a song from it.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one.
Let's see.
I guess we can let the Blues and Other crowds decide.
I know.
Just
only we had a call.
One of the ones.
Well, we got Anything Could Happen comes up first, and Beatnik.
Yeah, it looks like Beatnik is one of the.
Let's listen to that one. It looks like a chainsaw kind of thing. Let's see. Invite you
to watch the video.
I implore you to watch this video. Yes, highly entertaining.
I mean, I don't think all their songs sound like that. That's definitely on the ska side of the world.
Yeah,
It's because I think it reminds me a lot of the Specials.
Yes.
I honestly, this might be our first one to choose a second song to also play.
I know. I want to do that too. What about She Goes, She Goes, or Getting Older, or this is fun. There's a lot to look.
Maybe point that thing somewhere else.
I'm excited. Okay. Well, I think that's beautiful. It's kind of element.
Yeah. So as it goes along, you're getting anthology, getting the progression of the band.
And I think it's important that everyone knows that when I'm doing these Zoom recordings, it's the most I ever really look at myself. And so I'm compelled to trim my bangs as we talk. So just that's what I'm doing right now.
Number 84 on this list is the band Beat Happening with their album You Turn Me On. So I have not heard this album. I actually decided when I saw this on the list to listen to their first album because it's a band that I kind of avoided.
Me too.
I heard one of the songs and I just hated the guy's voice so much, Calvin Johnson's voice, so much that I just avoided it. I find out now their drummer, she also sings some of the songs, and I like her voice.
Yeah.
So I think I might listen to more Beat Happening, but focus on the songs that she sings instead of his.
Well, my high school boyfriend was a big fan. And so I was like, I don't know. If I heard them once or twice and I was like, I don't like it. And so then I didn't like it anymore. But I just realized they're from Olympia, Washington.
Calvin started K Records.
Oh, that's right. That's right. This is K Records.
Really cool bands that they're starting there.
It is. It's true. So I'm going to have to give them another chance because I like them and I like K Records. I like Olympia and everything. The moral of this story is don't judge a book by its cover. Don't be a hater.
I spent part of yesterday trying to decide what I don't like about his voice.
Yeah.
It's a very deep voice. It's barely sung. Yeah. And I wouldn't call it speak singing. It just does not work for me very well. I mean, there's one song that he's on that I think I really like, but it's not his song, and he sort of like appears for like a line. So we want to play one from this album, which I apologize to our listeners, I have not actually listened to. From this one, there's the song God Sent, but it's like 9 minutes long, so we'd have to kind of go in by far. Yeah. It sounds good from what I was hearing it, but it is definitely. I think it's one of
9 minutes and 29 seconds. We're skipping ahead. 5 minutes in, it is the same riff. I want to say that first of all. I'm like, I don't remember why I like them. And then, it's got a little Shags kind of vibe too. I mean, you can see some.
Yeah, it's very simplistic. It's very in the twee pop punk from a completely different direction. Instead of like anger, it's of like childhood.
Mhm.
I mean, some of these bands were started when they were quite young. Simplistic instrumentation like punk, but instead of being angry at the world or your parents or whatever.
A childlike.
Yeah.
Like, what's the song from the Velvet Underground? It's like a Warhol band. Like, if you close the door, the night can last forever. What's that song called?
Is it one that's sung by? Is it from which album was it from?
Not
Is it
Nico.
from,
It's the other girl. It's the first album, I think.
Okay.
No excuse for that riff to go on for 9 minutes. I don't.
I mean, maybe if you start from the beginning, it might not be as annoying.
Or more, or it could be more. I don't know.
Or it could be shorter than 9 minutes. On the first album, I don't think any of the songs are that long.
Can we listen to like just
something from the first album, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and maybe one that Calvin sings so we can understand why. Let's see.
What about Indian Summer or Bewitched?
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember which songs are sung by which singer. Pick one and we'll figure out whether it's sung by.
Okay, I'm gonna do just the first one that comes up.
Okay.
This is called Indian Summer. So
you agree with me in the not liking his voice?
Yes, I mean Magnetic Field. He's in a similar range, but a beautiful.
Actually, well, this time.
But this is very flat.
Yeah, Stephen Merritt, Magnetic Fields. He's a genius composer.
Right.
When the songs that he can't within his range, he has another member sing it.
I know. I didn't for this to be like a beat happening bash session, but I like them, and just those little snippets again.
I think the songs in that first album that Heather Lowe sings, I like a lot better. If there is the same riff, it's only like 2 minutes or like under 2 minutes, not 9 minutes. I think it's like a groove that something gets into. I do like Twee, and I mean more so I guess the British bands, Chilla Gosh, the ones that were in the C86 like compilation, because this reminded me about Tiger Trap, which I was like, oh yeah, look at too. And as much as I don't particularly like this, it did give me a great playlist, like the results after listening to it. Like, all this stuff is so good. Mm-hmm. There's one song I like Calvin on that's not a beat happening song, and might listen to more, but
I want to learn to love them. I'm gonna try it.
I mean, I think I am interested enough, particularly when it's not him singing, that I think I'll probably go into more. The song I've heard that I did not like was Black Candy, which I think we've listened to enough to understand that we don't really.
We don't immediately. We don't. They're not grabbing us into them again. Actually, if I'm honest, like I'm like, oh yeah, this week. No, I won't.
I think I might
because you will.
Because we're basically kind of in the Kurt Cobain like love set because he was a big fan of them.
Oh, he was. Okay, yeah.
I think one of their albums. Let me look up their page again because I believe one of their albums was on his favorite albums of all time. Let's see which one it is.
He's more like you. He's reaching, he's learning, he's absorbing, and like caring.
Which one of it? It's one of them, but yeah, we can move on to a very different type of band, and that is the Misfits with their debut album Walk Among Us from 1982.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to hear your opinion of the Misfits because I don't think we've talked about them together.
Great. It's fast, which I always like as a higher beats per minute, but it's just classic horror music. You can't help but jump around and dance, and it's Halloween, and it's the skull, and it's a monster, and it's sci-fi, and I like it. I love it.
I was just wondering, I wasn't sure, but yeah, I do.
I think I would,
particularly this album. I mean, because over time, sometimes they go more into like hardcore punk, and I like hardcore punk, but I don't necessarily like that from them. Even though I believe I do have one of their other albums on vinyl, even though it's not my favorite. It's a band I definitely was really into late high school or college.
Mm-hmm.
Horrific things of it, and like some of the lyrics are like very brutal and very from the point of view of like a horror movie villain.
Yes, it's about killing your babies, raping people's moms.
I believe it's not on this album.
Not on this album, that's true.
Last Caress, which because I did listen to this. I didn't listen for this because I listened to it fairly recently, and even some of the songs are kind of like the throwaway songs. I do like those too, where it's just because I guess one of the most influential things about the band musically, because visually, the shirt is like probably one of their main legacies.
True.
Musically, it's not the yeah yeahs, but like the ohs and the the
Yep. Whoa.
whoa, the
It's
whoa
all
whoas.
about, dancing.
Yeah, so that became, like that influenced a ton of punk.
Yeah.
Band like AFI is so influenced by that, and that they became like really big.
And it's like that anthemic kind of a 50s kind of a greaser band in a way with
I guess the other thing about them too is that there's like a ton of Elvis. Part of the thing of it too is that it's like Elvis thinking about B movies. In some ways, it's so traditional while also being so countercultural. I think most of my favorite songs are in this album. The other ones I think are because they also had their compilations they put together that had some of the songs on there too. Like the Misfits, never really got into Danzig, like his solo.
I lost my virginity to his solo album, but it is terrible. It's a terrible, I think. I mean, well, all right, well, we can have that debate, but I know it's not on this list. That's for sure.
No, it's not. It's going through the track listing real quick. One thing is that there's some sort of, it's not on Spotify. The songs individually are on Spotify, but like the album is not. There's some sort of
Wait, which one?
The Walk Among Us is not on. The songs all together are on there because I don't know if it's like a ownership dispute or something.
Interesting.
There's a lot of ones that aren't on this actually. I'm looking at it. Yeah, because it has Astro Zombies, which is one of their best. Skull is one of their best.
Mm-hmm.
I Turned to a Martian. It's not one of their best, but I really do like it.
Yeah, I like it.
So I guess we'll just start just singing random Misfits songs. I think some of them are best were released in singles.
So,
Okay, interesting. It was the first release, not the first one recorded, which is so strange.
well, didn't they have a different singer for a second? I can't remember.
I believe is it Jerry Only is the name of the. So he had the rights to the band. So he restarted with a different singer. So like in the 90s, they like reformed.
That's right.
It was someone that was not Danzig as the singer.
Some people are very upset about that.
So I honestly, until someone told me, I honestly did not realize it was a different singer.
Yeah.
I think I showed my iPod. Someone's like, "Oh, that's like not Danzig. That's not like that's." I don't know if they just said that that's like shit. This is not the Misfits. I mean, I think didn't they finally do like a real? They're one of the bands that took the longest to have like a reunion. I think it was like a few years ago they finally reunited.
All of them.
Yeah, there's so much animosity. Yeah, I think they for like Riot Fest or something.
Didn't they have a fight or something? I mean, I can't remember, but I think
It's certainly possible. They're up there in bands that took forever to actually reform.
Right.
It might be, years wise, they're definitely one of the longest. I mean, Oasis reform. I think the only one that's probably left is the Smiths, and it's never happening. I mean, I don't think there's any amount of.
No.
Yeah, that's
a big
yeah
can of worms right there. They're from New Jersey. We need to just say that too.
I can read the blurb just because it's fronted by a rabid Glenn Danzig. This crew of Jersey kids channel their obsession with vintage horror flicks into fist in the air hardcore.
Right, there you go.
And while reading that, it reminds me another thing a con about is the hair, the ridiculous. Is it a devil lock? Is that the word for it?
That is what it's called. It is a devil lock. That is right. And we all tried to have that. And also he had a really deep influence on my personal like makeup stuff under my eyes, all the way Misfits, Glenn Danzig, just smudging of black under the eyes. I have it kind of going on today even. So personal style, music, film, they bring it all together.
Yeah, we can move on to an album, a band I had not heard of until this list. It is the band The Embarrassment.
I don't know that.
With a compilation Heyday 1979 to 1983. It's pretty cool. I didn't have a chance to listen through all of it. It's a full like 2 hours kind of thing of all their basically almost all their music from their heyday. They're a Kansas band, which is I don't think of Kansas that much with music, particularly punk rock. There definitely was a scene there. It was exciting to find out of it because it's just like, oh yeah, there's punk rock was so widespread that there's bands so many different places that you just wouldn't think of. Because there's the cities and like the areas that have LA or San Francisco or New York City or Boston or I don't think of,
but
New Jersey. I just did not. I think I'll read the blurb while you look up a
song. Yeah.
I think the song that's listed I think is a good choice. The blurb is the Wichita wiseacres yelped ironic choruses like I'm a Don Juan over nervy power pop as if being regular was way weirder than being weird.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
the look too. They're kind of got a sort of a nerdy kind of Devo kind of, but more down home.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's see. Heyday. Is that
Yeah,
an
so the
album?
song so far is I'm a Don Juan, I think is a good choice.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I don't know why I do. I think I wasn't that far off just from the look of them. There's something, it's a lot sludgier and sloppier, but a little bit like Devo-ish in that they're these kind of,
There's a little bit of new wave to it. It's slightly punkier maybe, but yeah, it's like
definitely like grittier.
yeah, and a band I believe is going to be later in this list that fits a sort of nerdy looking, but the normal is weirder than
Yeah.
weird. Like I think the fact that they didn't break out in their time that added to the legacy later on. That they weren't a band for very long too.
Right.
I mean, only 4 years, and that. I mean, looking on their Wikipedia page, only one of their releases has its own page. It's pretty cool. I do like it.
A lot.
Yeah. So number 81 is a interesting band, and we're also in the Kurt Cobain likes this music side of things. It's the Vaselines with the Way of the Vaselines that was written in 92. But yeah, after they had broken up. They're never a band that got bigger after they were gone as in broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean they're best known for their version of "Jesus Doesn't Want You" for Sunbeam that was covered by Kurt Cobain on MTV Unplugged. There's some of that too, but they also have some songs that are more electronic.
Which I like.
Yeah, they have that as well. So it's not just one or the other. There's songs that are very sexual, and it's cool. Have you listened to the Vaselines before?
I never listened to them. No, I've always been aware of them and obviously from the Unplugged, and then just didn't listen to them because I figured I'll just listen to these same bands as usual. I don't know them. I don't even know what they sound like. Are they a couple? They look cute together. I just want to say.
Were they canoodling while they're making their music?
Yeah. Especially
Let's see.
I'm gonna look. They're Scottish.
Yes, they're Scottish. I believe some other Scottish bands will also be appearing to us. Yeah, it looks like they covered more songs. Trevon also covered Molly's Lips and Son of a Gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my favorite by them might be Jesus Wants Me for Sunbeam, or might be You Think You're a Man, that's on the more electronic side. But I mean, they have a song called Rory Rides Me Raw to get to this, and that is also a sexual band.
Yeah.
I mean, do we...
I gotta hear it, but I have to put it on.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just...
Okay.
No.
I mean, maybe a little bit of Jesus Wants Me for Sunbeam to get to that side of them, and then one of the electronic ones to get that side too.
I got a live version here. Okay, here we go.
I guess now play You Think You're a Man, that one.
Kurt Cobain said they were the greatest songwriters, in his opinion, of all time. Okay, wait, which one did you say? I'm sorry.
You Think You're a Man.
Drum Machine. That is amazing.
Yeah, some good stuff. Finish off by reading the blurb and move on. Sky high on their own hormones, trading jabs and uncertain harmonies, this Scottish duo bounced through songs like they couldn't wait to get back to making out.
Okay, are they a couple? Okay.
I looked up one of their pages, it did not say.
We gotta know. Yes. They were a couple both romantically and musically.
Okay.
Awkward.
Yeah, because
is that who she's talking to? Are they fighting when they broke up and they got back together? Even after they broke up.
Okay.
As a band, that is. They have maintained working relationship as bandmates. I just really like to know about personal lives of.
Yeah, there's bands that sometimes it ends in the band end, or sometimes they're able to keep it together. Number 8 on the list is making the list was the most recent is Feist album The Reminder, 2007. Chicken soup for the indie soul, sweet but not precious, warm and inviting like a flannel duvet. So I first knew about this band because their song 1, 2, 3, 4 was used in a iTunes commercial back when that was a whole thing. If a band was in the commercial for Apple, they would become much bigger. Honestly, I'd like to look up a list at some point of all the bands that were used for that. I'm assuming you don't know this band, or maybe you've heard but not listened to.
Feist?
Yeah.
I am very aware of this person, and it's always been explained to me because I don't think I've heard it as like a folk singer, right?
I mean, I guess singer-songwriter is what I would...
Like Carly Simon.
I mean, I don't know if I want to ever compare anyone to one of those 70s, singer-songwriters, just because it feels unfair to anybody.
Right.
I mean, she's a member of Broken Social Scene, which is I guess everyone in Canada has been a member of that.
Yes, that's
Um,
true. It's such a big
yeah,
band.
it's like
I had their album.
Canada has that deal. I mean, there's bands up there that just like Godspeed. Like I think everyone might be. I wonder if there's anyone who's been a member in multiple of those bands. It's definitely maybe it'd be funny. I have listened to this. But I think I have one of her other ones I have not gotten into as much or listened to. But um,
That her bangs look good. That's good bangs. She was on
um,
Sesame Street too.
that's cool. Yeah. So I mean, I think one of my main things for her is that her song "Limit to Your Love" James Blake
Yeah.
was like a dubstep, like a sort of like a blue-eyed soul dubstep. So I'm definitely more familiar with his version of "Limit to Your Love" than hers.
Is her name Feist?
Leslie Feist, yeah. As far as names that can be, I mean, it works. I did not realize that was her name, so it's like that's cool.
I like her. I'm watching this video. I mean, I don't know the music,
Mhm.
but I really like her thing.
Yeah,
It's really cute.
yeah.
Very early 2000s.
You can reach us at yearendlesspodcast at gmail.com. All music is courtesy of Shane Parrish. Until next time, for my co host Courtney, I'm William, signing off from the Tar Heel State.